This is why land is so important, guys. I mean, this is serious. The first thing I want to say is, I watch Brother Rich channel. I watch a lot of these cosmology channels, numerology. Everybody know I'm into numerology, all this type of stuff. But this is what I think about, because this is what a lot of you are doing. You spend a whole year, you spend 10 years, 5 years, 20 years indulging into spirituality. Full blast, full blast. And at the end of 20 years, at the end of 1 year, at the end of 5 years, at the end of 10 years, how has your net worth increased? How much money did that actually make you? It probably took money from you. It probably took money from you because all you did was be given. What's up? Hey, thank you, Shar. Thank you, brother. Thank you, my brother. All you did by indulging in all this Christianity, Muslim, whatever, Buddhist, uh, Kemet, Israel, all this stuff you indulge in, consciousness, you know, it don't make you any money. It's not making you any money. It's more or less taking money away from you. You know what I'm saying? You buying all these dashikis and different clothes and hats and different stuff. And you actually just buying from the Chinese because it's all made in China. Necklaces, medallions, anything, all that stuff is made in China. Even if you have somebody in your community that's making stuff out of copper, that's copper that they buy from somebody out of China. Okay? So all the spirituality stuff is good, it's great, but I always say these days woke people are actually broke people. Okay? Now you take somebody else, they spend a whole year indulging in real estate like I did, indulging in buying a property every month, $50 down, $50 a month like I did, like I'm doing. You take an individual, do this for 20 years. You can't help but your net worth be over a million. Even in 5 years, your net worth over a quarter million, half a million, a million. You can't help it. You can't help it. If you put as much effort into buying real estate, buying land, indulging in the information, trying to find out the information, as y'all do in a lot of this religious stuff and spirituality stuff, and even fucking and sucking and all that sexual stuff that y'all do, if you put as much passion into buying assets, like specifically land and real estate, like you do the passion you put in this other stuff, you can't help but to automatically, by default, be a millionaire, have a high net worth, have a high asset worth. You can't help it. You can't help it. Okay? Let me show you how powerful 1 acre of land is. Where I'm at in Fayetteville, North Carolina, in a 1 acre space, you might have a business like this business right here. Might have a business like this car lot right here. Another business like two of these Hooters right here, right? You might have a business like this one right here, this Jiffy Lube, and another Jiffy Lube or whatever, right? That's an acre, right? You could put $1 million a year business, $2 million a year business or more. Okay, whoever owned this land and kept it in the family until this area became very busy. Okay, what they did by getting that, controlling that land and holding that land for 50 years, 40 years, probably they probably only had to hold it for about 10, 15 years. What they did was ensure that their offsprings be having millions and millions of dollars. Okay, by the way, this company here, CS, they have this property here. This is about an acre going on down here, a little bit less than an acre. This property right here worth millions, millions. Okay, I haven't even called to find out how much they selling it for, but I know they want at least a million. I know they want at least a million. Okay, listen, guys. Even if you don't get it for yourself, even if it's for your offsprings, You are ensuring that your offsprings have $1 million or more in net worth. Even if it's not your direct offsprings, even if it's your grand offsprings, you are ensuring that they have $1 million or more net worth. Okay, just in the land. Like I say, they don't even have to do anything. Just by passing down this land. If I purchase a piece of land like this now somewhere, right, where it's cheap right now for $1,000, $10,000, right? All I have to do is just pass it down, keep passing, tell my offsprings, keep passing it down. And even better, if you live another 40 years, all you gotta do is wait 40 years. You guaranteed $1 million. You guaranteed $1 million. For those of you that know Miami Gardens, right there on 183rd and 27th Avenue, okay, back in the 70s, black folks or anybody could have purchased that land for about 35, 40,000 right there, that intersection, right? Right now, maybe about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that property sold for about 35 million. 35 million, I think it was, they said. Just the land. Just the land. Okay? Up in the millions. Way up in the millions. I forget the exact number, but I think it was around 35 million. And I remember my neighbor, my mom neighbor, saying he could have purchased that land in the 80s, the early 80s, not even the 70s, the early 80s, for around 35,000. Guys, that was only like 40 years ago. To wait 40 years for tens of millions, and all you had to invest was tens of thousands, that's nothing. That's nothing. I wish they did that. I wouldn't have had to work hard a day in my life unless I really wanted to. Okay? This is what y'all need to be doing for your offsprings. This is what y'all need to be doing for your retirement. You don't even have to invest in cryptocurrency, stock market, all of this type of stuff for increase. That's all good. But you could just invest in one little piece of land and hold on to it. Worst case scenario, you could rent it out, live on it. All kind of, it's owning land is more versatile than owning stocks, cryptocurrency, all this type of stuff. Owning land, you worst case scenario, you could rent it out. You could rent it out. You might not get the sale price that you wanted, but worst case scenario, you can rent it out. Okay? It's a no-brainer. It's such a no-brainer. Okay? I'm telling you. All you have to do is rent it out. It's such a no-brainer. These landowners around here, especially this company here who owns CS Investment Property Group, they making hundreds of millions of dollars in rent, collecting rent per year. Hundreds of millions. About at least a couple hundred million, because they own about 60 to 75% of the commercial real estate in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Okay? People, think about what are you going to do for the next year to 20 years. Okay? Think about what you are going to be doing. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be on the internet just watching YouTube all day, every day, watching Facebook, arguing, debating all day, every day? Or are you going to be investing in land? Are you going to be putting your time and effort into finding out about how to be a master investor in land, in property, in real estate? Just imagine you have this individual. I'm gonna tell you how it usually goes. You got black people, they send their babies to church, college, university, to go get a government job, all this type of stuff. Then you might have the Indian, Asian people, they send their babies off to be doctors, lawyers, stuff like that, high paying jobs, right? Then you have a lot of Caucasian white people. What they do is they simply teach their offsprings to buy land, not even a house, to buy the land and then develop it later on. I'm going to show you guys some videos of some land they're just now developing in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Ain't but an acre of land, but they building about 20 houses, $500,000 houses on that 1 acre of land. Okay? And all they have to do it, the land is usually already paid off. They could even if they don't have the cash, they could leverage the land to build the first house. Once they build the first house, survey that a piece of that land out for that first house, collect the money for that, boom, they could build a second house. And usually you don't even have to do that, because once you have the mock-up of the houses you're gonna build there, the models, you don't even have to build the models these days like you used to do in the 80s and 90s and such, and prior. You could just have the models virtually built online and show people. And because we actually need a lot of houses built, people would just buy the house. A lot of people just buying a house without even seeing a live model. Okay? A lot of times you don't even need to leverage your land to get the money to build the first house. The people putting down the deposit right there, or the cash money right there to have the house built. Okay? This is ensuring millions of dollars, not no little petty money that you gotta work your ass off for, being a doctor, lawyer. Not no little $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 you gotta work your ass off to be a doctor, lawyer, or whatever. Not no little $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 you have to work your ass off to work as a politician. I mean, to work as a in a government office. You making more money doing investing in land than athletes. Okay, then these athletes, rappers, singers. That's why you see a lot of these rappers and athletes now, they investing in land. I don't know what to tell you people. A lot of you, I don't even know how to express to you. You just sitting around all day, every day, wasting your life away, wasting your time away. You passionate, but you passionate about the wrong things. You're putting a lot of effort, but you put in a lot of effort into the wrong things. You're putting effort into stuff that in a year, 10 years, 20 years, you still gonna be broke. You still gonna be broke. If you do for the next year, 5, 10, 20 years, what you've been doing for the past year, 5, 10, 20 years, you're gonna have the same results. You're gonna have the same results. It makes absolutely no sense what a lot of you get up every day and spend your time doing. When I get up every day, let me tell you something. When I get up every day, I sit on the toilet. I literally get up, grab my phone and my glasses, and go sit on the toilet, do what I need to do on the toilet. And I'm there scrolling through properties. Seeing what the prices is, what I can buy, and all that type of stuff every day. That's my religion. Before I even talk to anybody, anything like that, that's the first thing I'm doing. Okay. Once I do that, I then have a series of things that I do. Write down my manifestations. In my manifestation spell book, my book of spells, and I write down. Especially if I see a property I want, I write it in my book of spells that I want this particular property, and this property is mine. And I am, you gotta write your I am the owner of this particular property. Find out the APN number, write that in. A lot of people, y'all don't even realize the Bible is nothing but a book of spells. When you read the Bible, anything you read is like you're reading spells. That's why they call it spelling. You even have to be mindful of what you read. Okay, you got to be mindful of what you put in your subconscious. Okay, because what you put in your subconscious and you put emotions behind, you're doing nothing but casting spells. Okay, but don't worry, Spells, they don't last forever. If you got a bad spell, that's why um sometimes you could be going through something, but it only lasts for a while. May only last a month, 6 months, a week, a year, 5 years, whatever. Nothing lasts forever, right? Good or bad, right? But you want to always be writing good spells. Get you a book, a notebook, and start writing your spells. You are a magician. You are a witch. You are a god. Even in the Bible, tell you, God said, "Let there be light." God just said it. Just said it. Okay. Anyhow, that's a whole nother story. But manage your energy, not just your time. Manage your energy, your time and your energy. Okay. And this is what's gonna help you to have a high net worth and to have money. Okay. A lot of you don't have 2 red cents to put. A lot of you, if I say, listen, I need to borrow $1,000, $10,000. Most people in America, United States, 90% of people in the United States cannot even afford a $400 emergency. Cannot even afford a $400 emergency. 90% of Americans cannot afford it. A $400 emergency. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Then you got about 9% that can afford that and more. And then you got the 1%. You got the 1 and 2%. But definitely over 60%, 70% cannot afford a $400 emergency, definitely much less a $4,000 emergency. This ought to not be. Just imagine something real quick. Imagine if every so-called black person in America owned a piece of land in America. Just imagine how that would change everything overnight. Knowing not one boy, man, woman, boy, girl have to rent. Not one so-called black person in America have to rent. We all own a piece of land. You know how powerful that is? You know how powerful that is? All the money y'all spend in the religious community, tithing every week, all the money spent in the conscious community, given to these conscious leaders and stuff like that. If y'all just take that money and invest in land, you as an individual, and I'm not talking about sending nobody money to invest for you. I'm talking about you taking them 10% of what you make every week. If you make $500 a week, that's $50 a week, and investing that into a piece of land for yourself. Imagine if every income producing black person in America did that. Imagine how that would change the dynamics overnight. We would almost be instantly the most powerful group of people in America. We would be the largest land owners in America. It's crazy. And it's possible. That's what's so crazy about it. Right now, you could buy properties $50 down, $100, $200, $300 down. $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, $100, $200, $3 a month. Okay, I'll show you how to do this. I'll show you how to put it in a trust to reduce your liability significantly. Okay, I work with you for a whole year, ensuring you get the right properties, helping you go through your due diligence, making sure you get the right property with the right type of deed. Okay, making sure the price and the location of the property matches the investment, right? Making sure whatever the criteria is for that property, it's something that's going to be beneficial for you. I help you through the whole process, doing your due diligence, and all that type of stuff. Anyhow, my phone number is 754-229-0940. Again, 754-229-0940. The consultation is $250. You could pay that one time, or you could pay $50 a week for 5 weeks. Okay, again, the consultation is $250, or you can do $50 a week for 5 weeks. And what I'm also doing now to make it fair, because somebody kind of pointed out to me it's kind of not fair. You got some people pay cash up front, and you got some people taking like 5 weeks to pay. So I'm giving a discount for those that pay cash up front, $25 off, and I'm making it $225. So for $225, you pay cash up front. Again, I work with you for a year. It includes your trust documents. You're in my mastermind, my circle for life, forever. You're in my circle. We're connected forever. And also you can participate in group economics where we buy properties together. Okay? Anyhow, 754-229-0940, 754-229-0940. Also, look at this hotel right here. This hotel is on an acre or less. Okay? You can build $1 million, $2, $3, $4, $5 million hotel. This car dealership is on an acre or less. In 1 acre, you can put an empire, $1 million, $100 million empire on 1 acre. All these businesses are on an acre or less. Imagine the people that purchased this property 50 years back in the 70s, 80s. All right, for $1,000, $10,000, and left it. And now their offsprings can put buildings like this on a property. You leverage a property. You don't need money. All you need is the land. You leverage the land. Any bank will give you a loan, okay, to put a building on that land. Okay, a lot of car washes. I notice a lot of car washes being built now, making a lot of money. What they call it, self-sustaining, self-working car washes now that you don't need nobody there to operate it. Okay, all you need is the land. That's why I keep telling you people. If all else fails, my offsprings are millionaires. My grand offsprings are millionaires. I did my duty as a father. Shout out to us brothers that are leaving inheritance to our offsprings. Okay, how the saying go? A good father or something like that leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Okay? If all else fails, nothing happened in your generation, your offspring's generation gonna have millions of dollars. This CVS built on an acre. This gas station, you could put a gas station built on less than an acre. Okay? Another car wash built on an acre. You could just put a dang trailer park and let people put their own structures on there. All you need is the land, people. All you need is the land. All you need is the land. It's crazy, man. Anyhow, I'll come back later, show you guys a video of all the houses they building now. They clearing out the land. They building houses on land that been sitting for 50 and 100 years and 30 years. They building these $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes right now, and whoever own that land, they cashing out big time. They cashing out millions, not a million, millions. All right, off of some investment their parents or grandparents made of 1,000 or tens of thousands, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's crazy. Anyhow, 754-229-0940. You pay cash for your consultation today, $225, or anytime you pay cash, $225. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a special. I'm gonna do a Father's Day special for all the fathers. I'm gonna do that. If you are a father and you want to get in my consultation, I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna do you $200. $200 if you are a father today. Okay, if you are somebody that want to purchase it for a father so that a father can get started in building their legacy for their offsprings, having the land to pass down to their offsprings. If you want to purchase it for your father or your husband or your boyfriend, the consultation today, $200. I got you. I got you today, $200. All right. Um, Other than that, tomorrow we're gonna go back to 225 if you pay cash in advance, and we're gonna go to $50 a week for 5 weeks if you finance the package. All right, 754-229-0940, 754-229-0940. Later.